completely agree with the people seeing Sprite should have the advantage. Quote-unquote broken decks. We already saw that Snake Eyes won over Lurlisk, Bird Up, Tribigate, Barrier, Statue, stuff and so on. Other matchup, the next one. Slightly below that one. So you have Sprite versus Dogmatika Invoked with a little bit of Shaddolls. I mean, it's basically Winna, right? As you will be seeing in the decklist. First of all, we have Sprite, Bestial Sprites. So speaking of Bestials, they could be clutch in this particular matchup to prevent the Winna from hitting the field. And at the same time, stuff like the Fenrir's in Manic also are or should be fantastic, right? But on the other hand, Dogmatika Invoked again with that Shaddoll tech from a couple of years ago, essentially. This should be a first place YCS deck that's from back then. Nadir Servant hitting the extra deck together with the Dogmatika package. So which deck has the advantage? I could definitely agree with the people seeing that Sprite should have the advantage both first, or at least going first and going second. But on the other hand, stuff like Schism into Winda, that could be problematic for Sprite if it wasn't for Bestials. You see Magnamut is lurking in the background. So let's see. Almirage is there because it's not a dark, right? It's easy to get on field. This does prevent both Magnamut from all cards. Magnamut is fantastic again. During the end phase you can drop the Druid's Worm as well. So basically now this shuts down the Schism and shuts down the Dogmatika Search in the end phase. So that was fantastic. And I think I was not able to yeah, because Alistair got failured, right? Like you never get punished. You never have the invocation already in hand. So let's see, Sprint is protected by Sprite Elf, even though it's, I mean, obviously it's a Schism set, right? Which is not useful because we don't have a Shaddoll. Alright, they still have access to Toad. So what is it, only double Swap Frog in the main deck to access, totally awesome. So there it is. Gigantic Sprite does have the attack boost because it was overlaid over Sprint. Let's see, this is not the game, but they do have both Red and Carapace Masquerena for Little Knight. And even though we do have our normal summon here, again, not getting punished, no Call by the Grave. I mean, fair enough, right? We can go for Fusion Destiny, but nope, I don't... Oh yeah, the Fusion, at least the Fusion summon cannot be negated, right? The Fusion spell here in this case, so they're kind of wasting their Toad, but I mean, in all honesty, it's not going to matter because they have the trap. They can equip the Phoenix Enforcer and now they can just go for it, so... We're scooping up this one. Okay, we're going first again. Very similar opening hand. So we try again. We try again. It never resolves. So we're not able to go for Winna again, which is a bummer, right? I definitely needed the Omni negation. But we have a couple of floodgates, so let's see. Put up Omega, so we could potentially dodge a Bestial, right? For what's it worth, right? So we search Schism, have the Fleur-de-Lis for next turn. So let's see, how are we playing this out? We get Potted, which is fine though. I mean, it gives free up there. Okay, Beaver, basically their normal summon for the turn. So we go for Schism. They obviously they go for Cyclone. We chain Dragon Only Milan, and obviously they have the second Cyclone. So now here was like, I guess, back to the wall. Drop Fleur-de-Lis to prevent the Beaver from triggering and hope that they don't have a follow-up play. But yeah, because of the Dogmatika, right, we can pop the normal summon. I guess Sprite Starter was their only out. And they used Pot, yeah, they used Prosperity, so they were not able to draw. Okay, going second, and I think I side-decked in my Shaddoll Fusions as well. So we do have Droll. They have, like, you know, Sprites. Prime Sprites able to play through hand traps really well. Yeah, that card, the Virus, that's a huge bummer. And obviously, like Alistair, never resolves. Like, Veil or Imperm Ash. Obviously, you're ashing this because, again, I don't have a hand. And I think my hand was pretty nasty. If it wasn't for the Eradicator. On the other hand, I mean, if it wasn't Eradicator, they probably would have something else, maybe an Extender during their previous, during their previous turn. So what can we do? Not that much. The Mannequin Cat hits the field. This special summons any monster, doesn't really matter, right? They can target my Dark on the field, or Fire, yeah, that could make sense. And they can go for Zeus as well, even though, I mean, what's Zeus going to do against against a discard trouble for the Eradicator? Okay, so game number 4, let's see. And this game number 4 just showcases how this matchup was for me. Like, this is all fine, and you get Shifter on top of that. Like, what is it? Now Alistair resolves, right? It does, yeah. But we can't use it. Oh man, 4 duels, no Winda summon, or no Mechaba summon, and no Winda summon as well. So, like, is this OTK? They should be OTK if they still have the starter into the the quick play spell that what is it? Oh no, they used the Jet already. I think so. Yeah. Okay, so this might not be game. Nope. They go for red, which is some nice damage. They can still use pot. Main phase 2, let's see, and they get this the Smasher. Yeah. And what can, like, we draw now, so I think the only way now is to sacrifice Fusion Destiny, but we have no follow-up play because of the Dimension Shifter. So this wasn't my duel. Like, this matchup felt horrible. Shifter, hand traps, etc. Alistair never resolving, even though my hands were okay, especially in the first duels. Anyway, the next one, we have 2014 versus 2013, so Dragon Rulers, Ravine Rulers versus Chronomaly Artifact, so feel free to leave your predictions. Okay, guys, that's it, thanks for watching, feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Leakim signing out, peace.
minute on me.
Yo, what's up guys, welcome back. Next match, Crossband List Cup. So top 16 still right side, upper bracket. So more quote-unquote balanced deck. So the next matchup, previously we saw that, well, that was bottom bracket, that Snake Eyes Fire King took it over the Bird Up deck list, so Tri-Brigade, featuring the Barrier statue, but that kind of was really close. The next one is not, well, probably not really close if we take a look at the votes. 85% of the people seeing that Spellbooks obviously should have the advantage over the much older deck from, what is it, 2006-ish, 2007-ish, where it was basically machine, well, 2007, basically machine beat time. I remember the time very well. Card Trooper being one of the more expensive cards back then because it was so crucial, power-crept, stuff like Dekachi, right? But on the other hand, you have Spellbook of Judgment, which is basically you know, could be a +3, +4, +5, even though its most important card next to Judgment, of course. Looking at Yogan doesn't really do that much against Monarchs, right? Sure, it prevents a Treeborn Frog from returning, so in that regard, I guess it does make sense. We're going second though. And that hurts, like here, this setup, going first with the 6th card, confiscation your opponent's hand and then set the Treeborn with heavy. Like going first, this particular duel would maybe, well, if you know, you're getting a peek at your opponent's hand, maybe get rid of the blue boy to prevent them from playing the game essentially, because now we have to make like a weak play. Weak as in, you know, I will probably just get punished, as in normal summon blue boy to search power into master, copying power, and then it's essentially game, because with Treeborn and Ryza I'm basically set behind. So with this opening hand, going second was devastating. Here, as I mentioned, it is all this. No, like what can we do? Not that much. Let's see, well, maybe the next top deck, but has Judgment been activated already this turn? I'm not so sure. So Secrets into Fate, Starhall into the field. Heavy Storm has already been used, even though Heavy on this board. What is it? Starhall can search. The field spell can special summon, or does it also? No, it's specials, right? I think so. Oh, it has been a while. So we get Fated, set Treeborn, but we're just, you know, we're not winning the grind against this particular deck, having a +1 every turn looking at the field spell. Especially against an older deck where +1s were relevant back in the day, flipping the Kachi and then tributing that Kachi for a Monarch for +1/+2. That was fantastic. So Shining Elf, I guess, is just another beat stick, just in case, you know, if you have like a Cyber Dragon, you can lower the attack. And speaking of Cyber Dragon, it's there. So we could tribute for Ryza, but I mean, well, what does it do? It's not going to do that much. So Cyber Dragon, its attack is lowered, but they will just attack over it, and that +1 every turn from the field spell is far too good. So Secrets into Fate into, yeah, we're just going to scoop, doesn't matter. Okay, so game number 2, again Confiscation. And who remembers Hydro Geddon? Back in the day, I remember people, was it Shane Scurry? This is 20 years ago, like literally 20 years ago. People side-taking in stuff like Hydro Geddon, capitalizing on your opponent's flip effect monsters, and then with Hydro Geddon destroying the monster by battle, and then special summon the second Hydro Geddon from the deck. Personally, I never liked it, but I sure, okay, you're going aggro, heavy beat stick or heavy beat, you know, plowing through or basically punishing your opponent from playing passively. This is kind of funny, like the rivalry does hurt a little bit. But on the other hand, we do have Banisher. Banisher should in theory be fantastic, but their hand is crap. Double Starhall, Eternity Master without the spellcaster on field, yeah. Plus Banisher, right?
Some people say, well, let's put America and Americans first. There's nothing more first than to put solar energy into our economic footprint in a big way.
Solar brings income to the counties. The money that comes to the county is a gift. It's a gift they won't get anywhere else without attachments.
Solar energy enriches rural communities to keep it thriving. The investment in rural communities is so critical as government leaders continue to move policy to be able to allow us to incorporate solar energy.
We as elected officials need to embrace new energy sources in our communities. You have to have an economy that's diverse. Solar energy in your community is another way of diversifying that economy.
When the solar company came in with those pilot payments, it really guaranteed a substantial amount of money to the school districts.
Leasing my farm to solar is not going to do anything but benefit everyone. It's unbelievable the amount of money that the school systems in this area will receive from the tax revenue.
Another thing that the solar company pushed for was with our community college. They put in a program to kind of train future employees of the solar facility, which that was a huge help.
That kind of thing is powerful impact when it comes to our schools and the help that our young people can have to grow up in a better world.
Unleash ultimate power in the heat of battle. In the Pokemon trading card game, Mega Evolution. Available now. Each Pokemon TCG booster pack contains 10 cards, 1 basic energy, and 1 Pokemon TCG live code card. Cards vary by pack.
Sure, right? Don't underestimate that, so everything is banished, obviously. I don't think we need to fear Torrential, do we? Maybe we need to fear Mirror Force. So I mean, playing it safe against spellbooks, I don't know. We should probably just go all in. So 1-1. Let's see, we're going second then. And going second, Heavy Banisher, Mirror Force? That's not too bad. So let's see, the problem here is again the potential interruption. Like this, it would have been really delicious to normal summon Banisher and then Heavy Storm, but we cannot risk that, I feel. So we are having now, they do get a couple of searches, specials. The Kiko is important because it's just another beat stick, but you know, we can sit on the Mirror Force, right? Protect Banisher, and then we might still have a chance. Let's see, especially with Mobius in hand, but they do have their own heavy. Fair enough. It's either, I mean, like imagine Mirror Forcing here and then having the, what is it, the Quick Play Spellbook. That makes your spellcasters unaffected by spells or traps, you know which one I mean. So, again, we're losing setup and they can just get their resources back, Eternity for more stuff, plus the field spell. We already lost our Heavy Storm, so even Mobius is not going to do that much. And that's always the case, you know, then your drawing does shoot. Okay, so 1-2 behind. Let's see, set Sangan set, Pulling the Rug. Oh, who remembers that card? Pulling the Rug. I remember it being released and it would, you know, a very hyped up card. And what is it? Every monster activating upon normal summon, you can use Pulling to negate the effect and destroy the monster. Looking at Monarchs, for example. So let's see. The problem is Judgment still. So they still have a, whatchamacallit, Blue Boy set. We are able to capitalize on that a little bit with the Hydro Head-On. So 2006 to the face, and then I guess set Pulling, set MST, or maybe keep the MST for Chain, right? Let the field spell miss timing, stuff like that. So Judgment again hits the field. All of those pluses. Okay, they are not going for the yeah, they are, okay. But not going for Blue Boy. I guess maybe for Pulling. There is a Pulling set, right? So we are losing Sangan. They can't banish anything, at least no monsters. But are they able to plow through again? Like maybe push for a game with the Brain Control? This is pre-errata Brain Control, by the way. The problem here is again, like, what is it? Search 4 and set 2. So Dilemma. I think we should make a big push. They go for, what's the quick play spell called? Makes Kiko unaffected, so we are bouncing Kiko back to the top. And then go all in, essentially, basically again. But, you know, they got so many pluses, so I'm again, we let the field spell miss timing, so no surge this time, you know, the play. So let's see, again, we still have Pulling, right? So they are still able to capitalize on not being able to use Pulling on Kiko. So that makes sense. So Master for another power? Was it power? I think it was another power. So this banishes 2 monsters. That could be important if I draw Premature Burial, but I still have Ryza, so I don't think it matters that much. Not so sure. We draw Premature. Speaking of Premature Burial, so we go for Mobius. OG Mobius, guys, a lot of times. Hit both face downs, I guess. So this lures out Fate, and the top deck Premature Burial definitely helps out. Going for Ryza, but there is no way to get rid of. Like, imagine here being able to get rid of the field spell. Then we would still have a chance, legit, but them getting those draws, that hurts. That hurts a lot. So let's see, still no Blue Boy. Another Eternity. What did, Life. Spellbook of Life to get Kiko back. Okay, that makes sense. The problem now is how are they dealing with the Ryza? Right, because of Star Hall. Yeah, the Star Hall attack boost, yeah, obviously. So now, rivalry hurts as well, no joke. I remember like these floodgates, they weren't popular back in the day. Goes and match rivalry of warlords, but now obviously they're much more important. So now again, we're feeling we're just behind. Just passively setting every time, their field spell, coming in clutch, getting those draws every time. We're forced to go for a weak Book of Moon, but Spy searching the last copy. Back in the day, I wasn't a fan of Spy because of this. They're always cluttered to each other, the 2 spies. So again, set the Kachi. I think Heavy Storm is already gone, so Heavy is not going to save us. Was there Royal Decree in the side deck? I'm not so sure. I think so. I think Decree was there. But the shoot is not. Heavy Storm wasn't gone, and this is. But they have. Never mind. Yeah, Solemn Judgment. What can we do? Like, they have everything. Okay, we send back Blue Boy, but like, what is it? All spies are gone, and there is no Gravekeeper's Guard, so we're losing this one. Yeah, they did no chance. Ah, the attack boost. Ah, yeah, no chance. So 1 to 3. This was better than I expected originally, like 0 to 3 probably. So Spellbook's right side, Monarch's left side. The next one, Iffy. Sprite versus Invoked Dogmatika Shaddolls, so feel free to leave your predictions. Okay guys, that's it. Thanks for watching, feel free to leave a comment or like. If you enjoyed the video, lead to signing out. Peace. Yo, what's up guys, welcome back. Next match, Kroll's Banlist Cup. So let's zoom in, right side bottom bracket this time. So previously we saw that Chaos pretty much had no chance against Burning Abyss, so Chaos is moving on the left side of the bracket, so the loser's bracket. But like always, a loser on the left side can still win the whole thing, as in, you know, right side. Anyway. So bottom part, both of the upper decks here. So first of all we have, I guess, another title candidate being Snake Eyes, more of a Fire King variant as you see here, as we've seen a couple of times before. First place YCS deck list, again pretty straightforward. But on the other hand we have a deck that apparently, the people saying that it doesn't really have a chance against Fire King Snake Eyes, and that's Lyrilusc, Bird Up, Tri-Brigade, however you want to call it, but I think a lot of people are forgetting is that this deck has access to a couple of banned cards, looking at Simorgh, the Simorgh Link 3, that, you know, prevents targeting, special summons from the deck. And speaking of special summoning from the deck, there is the Wind Barrier statue. The Barrier statue is an unfair card. If you get it out, it's very hard for Fire King Snake Eyes to get rid of that. So I even though, what was it, 15% or even less for Bird Up, for Lyrilusc, I think that's too less. Like, I've read going first, obviously, but it's actually true. Going first, but I mean, have you seen the hand traps? Both decks draw droplets. So, okay, going first is important, but looking at Tri-Brigade, like that droplet over there, that plus the talents, but the problem is the monsters aren't that great. Like both of the monsters here in the hand, they what is it? They cannot special summon themselves, so I have like 0 plays unless I maybe force out a monster effect, and then always the case drawing. Same with Desires and yeah, the pots, right? You're always drawing multiple copies of them, so we're losing this one. There's no way. I was like, I mean, not even setting the droplet. Like here, yeah, because of, I guess it's probably just too delicious to tag out. And was this? Ah, this was the end phase. Yeah, okay. Anyway, okay, so let's see. We get Drolled, but now we actually have some plays. So, even though this is not the best play, but I mean, we're under Droll, so again, going for the rank 1 doesn't really, this do not make sense. Let's see, we are giving up the Simorgh Link, but because that one needs a wing beast, yeah. Because we hard draw, or at least we hard through the barrier statue, and as it is, or as it was with, you know, a couple of other decks in the past, normal summon barrier statue, GG. Especially with, what is it, the Ancient Warrior one that bounces? Like, how are they going to get rid of that? Obviously Imperm, plus, I mean, they have one set that might be Imperm, but it probably would have been activated. I missed it what it was. But yeah, this should be more than enough. Yeah, we can special summon. We can play the game. That's how it goes. Okay, so going second. This is a much better going second hand. Droplet with pot. You know, and the Lyrisk Search card, and again the two same monsters, so that's a bit awkward, but I mean, we're getting the draw phase, the 2 draws off of Desires. Worst case scenario, we're drawing Desires off of Desires, I guess. Anyway, so let's see. Okay. The Volcanix pivots into the Fire King engine. Okay, that makes sense. I guess with Zombie, I mean, is it worth it to make Zombie Vampire? Probably not. Just leave your Flame Burge there for Masquerina. Yeah, this makes sense. And then the Promethean Princess Reborn. I mean, this is just standard Snake Eyes, right? Like, oh, what's Fire King? Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, co-link with Phoenix. So, Sunlight Wolf getting Kirin back? Wasn't Kirin in the hands? Probably not. So let's see, we need to tonic something. Let's see. The Avian, terrible, and the Spell, terrible. So both of these draws were terrible. And you could have... Let me see. Was the play to go for Droplet? The problem here... the Promethean is still there. That's the deal, right? Plus, we know that there is Kirin, and Kirin can destroy any fire. This special summons the... what is it? The big guy from the graveyard that pops something that gives them the opportunity to exceed. So I was like, I wanted to keep the Droplet on a crucial timing, on a crucial play, like here. Because the only way, like here is Zeus, right? So let's see. But I think we are 1 material short. Yeah.
I did 2 Venusaurs, 2 Blastoises, and 1 Charizard. And one of the Blastoises came out of a mini god pack. Oh my god! No way! No way! This is my second Lord of the stream! No way!
Yeah. Because did we actually need to discard or detach? Yeah, it might have been the case. Because now we lose the Imperm, right? But if I'm honest, like imagine blowing up the entire field twice. But I should recheck that. But blowing up the entire field twice, I don't think it mattered. Because of the entire hand, still the follow-up plays, and 1 Fire King pop, and you still have your Garonix and your whole galore of Fire King engine, so it is what it is. Okay, we get Null Charmed, so let's see. We go for draw with Talons. The thing is that we don't know their hand, but we are going for the Simorgh probably. So we go for Omen, banish Kirin, and sure, we're giving them a couple of draws. They already used Ash, that's important, and I believe Simorgh cannot be targeted. So no Imperm, plus the monsters that Simorgh is pointing towards to, those monsters also cannot be targeted. So basically the barrier statue, like how are you getting over that? You cannot special summon, Var wins. So this prevents the Avian summon, if it's still there. Probably we draw the Dread, fantastic, delicious. So now we go for the Bouncer ride, basically securing our victory. I mean, what can we lose to, especially with the trap? So the Simorgh link, yep, special summoning Avian for an Omni negation. So this is GG. Like imagine, like if a 5-gamer, but imagine that. Lyrisk Tri-Brigade was going first, like game number 1, ooh, would have been really iffy. Because now the point is we're looking towards non-engine, and the fact that we are hopefully able to break the board. We do have Nip, 1-for-1 is okay-ish. Desires is again Desires, but I mean it's fine though. But they are able to go for the Azamina, so there's already an Omni-Negation ready. I mean, the Nip is going to force that one out. Like, Nip is fantastic against that deck. Let's see, this is probably just going to be a standard Fire King Masquerina into Little Knight into Garonix standard board, right? So let's see, are we able to potentially plow through with Zeus? It kind of depends on our draws. What's there going second? Droplets, Talents. I need those cards. I mean, we're obviously using Nip eventually to get rid of the fusion. So there are some plays, but our 6th card needs to be fantastic. So we reveal Nip indeed. Stays in hand, might be just a discard card for the 1-for-1. So let's see. We need to... What did I tell you? Desires into Desires are always the case. So that's getting negated by Ash. Oh, the Ash is kind of big. This gives us another search, potential extender. Let's see. Are we able to break the boards? So yeah, this was kind of expected. The problem here is that, okay, I'm probably just working towards Zeus, but they just have far too many interruptions, like Little Knight, and plus follow-up play. Little Knight, getting rid of something, and as soon as I activate something, they can just banish. Promethean enters, and here I make a small mistake, I think. Doesn't the Nightingale state that if you detach, your winged beast cannot be destroyed? Isn't that the case? I think that's the case. At least I vaguely remember something like that. Because I do have an extending play, but I think I lock myself into wins. Right? So I can't go for Zeus. At least I would not have been able to go for Zeus. Unless I'm mistaken, but I think the Lyrilisk locks you into... What is it? Wins? I should have used the Nightingale, because this prevents the current pop. But again, I'm not like, look at that hand, I'm not so sure if it mattered. Especially with the Ponix searching whatever, again another Fire King Island, and what can I do? There's nothing I could have done about this, I feel. So it is what it is. So I feel the coin toss was definitely important. Like, it's always important, but for this going first, barrier statue, because of that, that's super important. Okay, so anyway, the next one. We have Spellbooks. Spellbooks versus Trooper Monarch. So that's, 5-6 years difference between both these decks. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a card or like. If you enjoyed the video, leave them signing out. Peace.
With Ashley's next-gen Nuvella Performance fabric, you can relax. These pieces are easy to clean, and some styles feature machine-washable covers. Discover next-gen Nuvella at Ashley.
Yo, what's up guys, welcome back next match, Cross Bandlist Cup. So finally right side, so top 16 brackets. These are the top 16 decks, so the 8 of the upper part, top cut, blue section, while the bottom section, of course, are the more broken decks. But yeah, so let's focus on the first matchup. The most upper one, if that makes sense. We have Burning Abyss versus Chaos. So both these decks, I think we have the oldest deck, 2004, versus one of the older decks in the upper bracket, being a decklist from 2016, which has access to basically Beatrice Turbo, as you see, PK Fire, Phantom Knight, as the deck was called back then, so that's like 9 years ago, but a huge gap between both of these decks, so I could definitely agree here with the people seeing that, about 70 to 80% favoring Burning Abyss over Chaos, which, you know, does make sense. Put up a Dante, especially Dante, or Beatrice upon Dante, over 8 Dante that is, and I mean your board wipes do nothing. You'll see it in this first replay, so let's see how this one is played out. And the one of Torghite, that's nice, especially against a deck that doesn't run any hand traps. So let's see, they can open up with multiple Dante. This is actually a huge deal. Like, Beatrice Pass is for this deck hard to overcome. Like, look. So this hand is stacked. It's super sweet. We dark roll the board. The problem is that, I mean, you know, Dante target Seer, Seer target Dante, you know, the loop. Beatrice triggers because, you know, she's sent or destroyed. And this triggers, you know, the extra deck summon. You can go for, what is it, the fusion or the synchro. We board wipe again, it doesn't matter. They end on more cards. This is so funny. They ended on more cards before the board wipes. This is power creep for you, right? The problem here though is, and this is again kind of funny, is because of both traps, you know, both back row, they cannot special summon their Burning Abyss monsters. So now it might actually be somewhat of a slowish game, but no, not really. They can go for another Dante, use up their normal summon for, I think it was Farfa. And then Beatrice, I guess? Let me see. Yeah, Farfa's effect is negated. They do go for damage, which, I mean, what's the attack? Yeah, anyway, we go for goats. I mean, it's just holding them off a little bit. The Demok in hand is not the best. We do have Painful Choice, because we got it back off of the Magician. The problem is that we need those powerful cards, like a potential Graceful Charity would have been fantastic. So we Painful Choice for, I don't know, like 5 good cards. But again, the problem here is our hand is not changing that much. And like, okay, DD Warrior Lady is one of those cards that, sure, it's an out for Beatrice, but I mean, they will just play around it. And the fact that, like, the PK Fire can search, I was about to say Phoenix Chain, but Fogblade, that's just, again, an instant out for DD Warrior Lady. Now, you know, you don't, at least don't forget that Fogblade, what is it? The monster equipped with Fogblade cannot be targeted for an attack, right? Like, vaguely I remember that. Let's see, what can Scientist do in this? Nothing, right? Yeah, we reveal Order, but that's not really doing that much. I mean, Order against a deck that's not running that many spells. This matchup though, like, this is for Chaos, I think one of the worst matchups from all the decks from the upper part, I think so. So we, again, you know, I guess it's fair enough. They'll always probably give you the Demok. They don't want to risk the Premature Burial or the Monster Reborn. And here, this is my mistake. I probably should... will it matter? Probably not, but I probably should have... what is it? Was it Confiscation? I think it was Confiscation of Forceful Sentry. Get rid of one of the Terratops. This way they all special summon, and you know, we saw the Decadon was also in hand, and you know, ring one of them and they will be, you know, just stuck. The thing is that they will just wait for the next turn and, you know, not set anything, right? But like, it's not that this deck is going to OTK. Yeah, that's the deal, right? But I mean, that was probably the better play in this one of this. So again, they're able to search out their one of Torghite. Again, we're not running any hand traps, so we can't negate it. Snatch Steal on Beatrice feels terrible, but again, that was the only play we could make. Double Dante, the fact is, what can they do though? Make another Beatrice? Can they pop the Snatch Steal? Oh yeah, they can pop Snatch Steal. Yep, so we chain, but the problem is we can't send anything. We already have Demok, we already have Sinister Serpent, so sending Cini would have been really nice, but nope, that's not the case. Let's see, they do attack into... Yeah, okay, this makes sense. They do attack with the Rebellion into the neutered DD Warrior Lady, and this is game? This is again game. So it feels like a losing battle, I'm honest. Well, but again, like, game number 3, like, look at this hand. This is, for the time being, was super stacked, having... you know, the Trinity cards, well, bar Delinquent Duo, right? Like, I think I side-decked out Delinquent. Like, what is it going to do against Phantom Knight hand? You know, the deck where the graveyard is basically its second hand. So we order though, so we don't have to discard for Mirage of Nightmare, flip over Magician of Fate. We do get Fogblade. We change Torrential to try to dodge, so we get back our Graceful. The problem here is, again, Beatrice will be triggered, or will trigger. The question is that we do have Scientist as a nice out, but they have Vanity's Emptiness. Like, keeping Emptiness in, it's iffy, but it kind of works out, I guess. And I think we have Crush card sets. Yeah, we do. So like this setup against any other deck would be busted as hell. Look at this Order, Crush card, Scientist. But against BA, they don't care. They care, check. So here again, the tour guide, so we know what's coming. So I think I skip Order. We go for Graceful and hope for the best. The problem here is, again, Emperor with DD Order is fantastic against almost all decks. But I don't think it would make sense to use Emperor, like they have failure from all the cards, but like imagine using Emperor, everything will trigger still. And will trigger during their turn as well, so I'm screwed either way. I'm honest. So we draw 3. A lot of monsters. Tribe Infecting Virus could be cute, of clearing the board. I think Sinister Serpent is in the graveyard as well. But the question is are we surviving? And I think all of my back rows are Spell and Trap Destruction. I think so. And what is it? Is it Alich? That negates the monster effects. So DD Warley they cannot activate. These won't resolve right. And yes, all the board wipes. We reveal everything, that's GG. So like, in all honesty, this felt like a losing battle. There wasn't really anything we could do about this, right? It was just basically Chaos's worst matchup. The next one, bottom part, right? We have the upper one. So, what is it? Simorgh Link, Bird Up, Lyrilisk Tri-Brigade versus Fire King Snake Eyes. What is it about? 1 or 2 years a difference between both these decks. Barrier Statue might go hard. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Lead signing out. Peace.
What are some of your go-tos on Instagram outside of like basketball and your highlights?
All relatable stuff, like all stuff you're doing on your daily basis. If you like cooking, you're gonna look at all cooking videos to try to get new recipes, to try to see what you could do better or you could do worse. So me personally, I look at a lot of music. I follow a lot of rappers on Instagram just to see. I could be the first one to know when they're dropping music, different music videos. All of my friends, I always tap into, what they doing, making sure they good, and I feel like they do the same. So all type of stuff like that.
Yo, what's up guys, welcome back. Next match, Cross Bandlist Cup. Last match, group stage, left side. So, and then at least, not all the way back to the beginning, but right side, top 16 playoff. So the last one we have, I guess the title candidate being Ishizu Tier for, the eventual victory against Fusion Subsu, one of those older decks that's still kind of strong, but it could struggle against the more recent decks, and you know how powerful Ishizu Tier is, if not probably one of the best, again, if not the best deck ever in this game's history. Like, look how many cards from the deck list are banned looking at Ishizu Tier. But the first deck list we have Fusion Subsu, Kaijuzu actually, so it's a deck that definitely could go second, Kaiju your opponent, and then OTK. Or gain a lot of draws, but I guess a small downside is that you're sacrificing some combo. You're running one less fusion substitute, which means I guess one less rank 4 maybe, and less draws also. So that could be important, like drawing your floodgates, drawing Dimensional Barrier or your Solemn Strikes in this matchup is crucial. The problem is we're going second, and I think, yeah, we're going for Maxi, but I mean, as you know, you might have played Master Duel, you might even have played this format. Maxi, Master Duel essentially, because of Maxi. Maxi doesn't do that much against tier elements as a whole, especially not against the Ishizu. They will just search the Ketkalos, and Ketkalos will probably just search the trap. What's the trap called again? The Imperm, sacrifice your Ketkalos and then basically play during your opponent's turn. Again, one of those reasons why Ishizu Tier is one of those best decks. So they can Kaleido during our turn. Like, look how much pluses they make. Insane deck. Oh, and plus they have the Shufflers as well. Like, do the Shufflers hurt? It could. the Slumber, the Kaiju Slumber, the Brawl Bull target, so that could, the Shakanin target, so that could hurt. Yeah, we're losing this one. Okay, game number 2, let's see. Double Ash, not the best against Turtlement. I mean, it negates the Heaviness. Right, Heaviness is revealed here, obviously. They open it, so we have to drop an early Ash to not get wrecked, basically. So now, let's see, on what can we end? I think we sighted in Dweller, that's important. But can we facilitate our going second place? We do get a couple of draws. So going for, we're going for Brawl Bull. This, I guess, gets you another search, another normal summon, and another Red Beer summon from the deck. There is no barrage. Wasn't there a barrage? Like with the barrage, we could have gone for another rank 4. An Emerald, basically. Maybe I missed something. Yeah, maybe I missed something. So now, battle phase, we can go for Trident, pop Heaviness, and go from... Like, here, we were in a very solid position. The problem here is a field spell. Like, the field spell doesn't only search, but it also, pops once per turn. And in those grindier matchups, that pop effect of the field spell is so crucial. And the question now, and they had a trap as well, like, did I search it? Bro, I'm not so sure, because there was there a Kid Kalos? I missed it. But they had the Celiac to negate Trident or Dweller. Okay, I missed something. Whatever, right? Like, look at this. This is my turn, and they can go for Kid Kalos into Kaledol. Insane stuff. So we, like, this is fine. Like, the Kaiju's definitely coming clutch. The problem here is that we need more. We need more to gain momentum. Like, their field spell is gone, but like the Shufflers, they do hurt. Prevents the Shakanin, prevents the... I guess? Another rank 4, maybe? And we're not able to recycle Dweller, and we can't get over Kalos. That's a bummer. That's where, again, the Shufflers come into play. Like, what is it? Tiger Mortar equipping a higher attack Zodiac from the graveyard, preferably Whiptail, to potentially banish the Kid Kalos when you're attacking their Kid Kalos. But again, the Shufflers, like generic, DD Crows, basically. Far, far too good. So let's see. The Dragostophilia is negating Trident, which I think is a Whiptail. No, okay, a Thoroughblade. Okay, so there was a Whiptail in the graveyard. No? Probably. And you draw anti-spell, so what can we do? Like here, Modern Zoo could maybe go for, or potentially force out Zeus. But obviously they have more than enough. So 2-0 behind. Okay, let's go. Let's try. Let's try to win at least one. Combo reminds me on Master Duel or Genesis, I think. Yeah, Genesis format. So let's see. Brawl Bull to search. Sadly, only no Red Beer in Genesis because it's far too expensive. But we do have double Red Beer, so let's see. So that's 2 draws already with Emerald. So now we should be able to go for Emerald. Or Brawl Bull? Brawl Bull first. Okay, to get another search. Thoroughblade, because we can potentially draw another Zodiac card. Yeah, indeed. So normal summon Thoroughblade, discard to draw another card, right? I don't know, the traps, the Solemns, the Dimensional Barrier. Was it there, Dimensional Barrier? Is it there? No, I don't think it's there. It's late. It's late. Anyway. So Shakanin to Reborn Whiptail to potentially equip it during their turn, because we already have double level 4 on field, so this is okay. Like, no, this is solid. We have Dweller, Trident, Emerald for next turn, Anti-Spell to stop the big spells. They go for Eclipse though, and I'm not shading the Ash Blossom. Was this a good play? Let's see. Like what does Eclipse do though? Like, maybe going for Ash was a correct play. Like there, I guess, yeah, because of anti-spell, like, what came there? And there is an Ash to potentially negate, I guess, a search, so, or a Sharon drop. So,
Affordable? Check. Stylish? Check. Quality? Check, check, check. And before we rush into Black Friday like some people, Furniture Row is honoring our veterans with an extra 5% off and no down payment. Plus, get 48 months no interest. The Veterans Day sale on now at Furniture Row.
And we have warning. We had warning. And Dweller was active, so I guess this could make sense, but and sure, okay, we are able to, you know, recycle our Dweller, so okay, that's cute, but like in hindsight, I think I should have Ash there. Right. I think so. Yeah. Anyway, like we can just bombard the field and finally win one. So let's see, you're going second now. And that's a problem. Like, look at this. Mill 3, and then mill one of the Ishizu cards, so mill 5, they'll get more fusion. So with this hand, and of course you're opening attack at the board and the one of fusion substitute. Like, and that's the reason why you probably not want to main deck more than one fusion substitute, like more kaijus. In this one, especially back in the day. So yeah, this already feels like a losing battle, like especially because of double Tenki and you can only activate one, so that's I'm essentially playing with 2 cards. And yeah, and we draw the Luna Light, so it's like yeah, those cards you don't want to open with. So we're giving them 3 mills, but Kaleido hits the field, getting rid of our normal summon. Can we recover? I don't think so. Get Galos as well into, I don't know, Dragostophilia maybe? Garura, they can shuffle. There is the field spell to pop. Yeah, it's not like we're winning this. Shuffle, they draw Reino, which is not I mean, they can go for a sprint. And then bounce and shuffle and pop. Nah, losing battle. So Zodiac is pretty much out. And Tournament is sitting at 9 points, I think. I think they won all of them. Yeah, indeed. So now this means we have all our 16 decks moving on to the top 16 playoffs. So no surprises here in the last particular group. So right side, next one, we are starting off with the upper parts, and then, you know, we switch it up like always. But I'm not so sure if there's any real surprises with Burning Abyss Chaos, you know. Spellbooks, Chronomaly, Dragon Rulers, you know, the regular guys are there, but the bottom part is where it's at, with Ubel Tier, Blue Eyes Rizel, and so on. So, okay. Yeah, see you next time. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Leakum signing out. Peace. Yo, what's up guys, welcome back. Next match, Cross Bandless Cup. So 2 matches remaining, and then finally we can start off with the top 16 playoffs on the right side. So left side, Group H, we have, well, I was about to say 1 deck leading being Ishizu Tier, that's no surprise. That will be the last matchup here, well, next time. And the first one here coming up, we have an iffy one, especially for Virtual World versus Fire King, Snake Eyes, Azamina, also a first place YCS decklist. But if I'm honest, and I'm looking at the votes from the people, I think 14% is a little low, no? Like looking at how powerful True King of All Calamities is. Sure, Virtual World has a name of not being the most consistent deck. It could break. But, I mean, if it can get off a True King, then it's really hard for basically almost any deck to get them through that. Sure, there is Droplet as an out, so Droplet is there. It's only a 2 of here in the